Voodoo chicken legs. We're going to take one of the most least expensive cuts of meat you can get, chicken legs, and we're going to marry it up with, bacon. Super easy. Stay with me. We're going to cook this up in the big easy oilless fryer today. All right, you can see I got 5 chicken legs here, right? I've let this sit out about a half hour because that makes the bacon a little bit more pliable, easier to use. All right, no rocket science here, right? We're just going to wrap each one of these chicken legs. And if you've never done this before, just make sure you overlap. See, I'm overlapping on the bacon. That'll help it stay on. Okay. And in this Big Easy today, the way I'm going to cook these, you don't want bacon all the way up, and I'll show you why when we go to put them on there. Okay? So, like I say, nothing too complicated here. We just want to get each one of these bad boys wrapped up in the bacon. And then, once I do that, we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to season these guys. We got our chicken legs all wrapped up in bacon. I'm going to season them today with Meat Church's latest rub, this Holy Voodoo. This rub has got brown sugar, jalapeno. I've had it once before. In fact, I made this exact same recipe. And the flavor of this rub is out of this world. Okay? So we're just going to season all sides of this guy before we move over to this Big Easy. Got my rack here. I got this little chicken leg holder with this rack quite some time ago. You don't have to have this. You could lay them in the basket, but this makes life easier. That's how it fits. It just sits in there like that. So what we're going to do, right, is take each one of these legs. See how they just pop right in there? Like so. Okay. Let me take this back out. I just wanted to show you how this works. And then this guy just sits, oops, I dropped one. We'll get it back here in a second. This guy just sits here like so. Really, if you like using this Big Easy, this is really a nice little attachment. I got a whole thing of accessories. I think it was on Amazon for this guy. All of them came together, pretty reasonable. Okay, and there you have it. Now let's get over to the Big Easy. Alright, just going to get our chicken legs down in there. Alright, now the way I got the Big Easy set up, propane's turned all the way up, and we are definitely not going to use a lid because I do not want the outside of the chicken to get done before it's cooked all the way through. We'll check back 30-40 minutes. It's been 50 minutes and this chicken is getting close. It's probing around 160. Now remember, for legs you can take them up to 175 even. Look at that. You'll get a better look when we get them over here. Now we're going to sauce these legs. Now this basket's hot. Be careful, right? You have 2 choices. One, you can reach in with the brush and brush it on. It works just fine. It creates a big mess underneath that you have to clean up, but it works just fine. I'm going to try something just a little bit different today. What we're going to do is, I'm not so left-handed, so this is becoming a bit of a challenge for me. All right, I'm going to lift this out like so. We're going to take our chicken leg off. Okay, let me set it up here. Then what I'm going to do is come in here with a glass of barbecue sauce and do it that way. I'm thinking it might be just a little bit easier than the brush technique. I usually use the brush technique. You can see it's still going to drip and make a mess, but it's really hard with that brush. Okay, so let me just get those on like so. Is this? Oh yeah, I can already touch it. Okay, and then we're going to get this back down in here, and I got to get this other one out. Let me scoot this over just a little bit. I hope you guys can see that glass of barbecue sauce. I can't see the camera lens from here. But if you can't, I'm sorry. I'm just dipping it down in this glass of barbecue sauce. Oh, that rack cooled down pretty quickly. what I'll do is I just don't know how well this can be seen in the video, so I'll get this up here where you can see it. Okay. Just dipping it down in there like so. Oh yeah. And these legs are a little hot, I don't mind telling you. Could have wore another glove, but I didn't. Okay. Let me dip that one down in there. And I'm just using a sweet barbecue sauce. I think this is a whiskey sweet barbecue sauce I had in my fridge. Just use your favorite, pick you out a sweet one and go for it. All right. Now we're just going to get this back down in here, maybe like so. There we go. We'll get those away from the edge like so. All right. Now let's get them back over here in this Big Easy. We're going to let these go another 20-ish minutes. And I'm going to check on them in 10 to see if we need to put the lid on it. 20 minutes later, okay? Now, you can see I got my lid on. I looked at it after 10 minutes, and it still wasn't dark enough for me. There's one question I get asked on this Big Easy more than anything, is when to use the lid. I don't ever use this lid except maybe in the last 20 or so minutes just to get a little darker color. Otherwise, the outside cooks before the inside does. Now, I'm in Florida. You know, maybe if you're in Michigan or someplace where it's super cold, then it could be different. I can only talk about, you know, where I'm at. Okay. These guys have been sitting here about 10 minutes. Cool to the touch, no issue. Okay. Look at the beautiful color on those guys. Okay. Let me just sit this out of the way. All right. Going to get these off here. Okay. Look at the beautiful color on these chicken legs. Voodoo chicken legs. It's probably all over me. Can you see how juicy that is? Look at the juice pour out. I hope that can be seen in the video. Like I said, the sun's overhead. I don't know if you can see it. Super juicy. Like bacon, crisped up. So I told you I've had this Voodoo seasoning before. It's incredible. For those of you who don't like hot, it's not hot. Maybe 2 on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe. Some folks like Tammy would tell you it's 1. But the flavor, just the flavor of the jalapenos is awesome. You get that little bit of spice, and I can just tell there's barbecue sauce on my face, so I'm sorry if I'm being rude. You get a little bit of that spice. Then you get the sweetness from that barbecue. Absolutely awesome.